Hello you guys, welcome back to the Peace, Love, and Happiness Club YouTube channel. It's Nathan coming at you guys with another little vlog style video. So I would say Pothos and Scindapsus are definitely one of the plants that we are more known for selling here at Peace, Love, and Happiness Club. My favorite thing about Pothos is that you can get some really interesting foliage from them, but the care on them is so easy. Not to mention they're also super easy to propagate. So if you're the type of person that likes to make their money back on their plant, which I know is something that a lot of us are doing these days, because they grow so fast and they're so easy to propagate, it's one that you can easily flip. First, we have the Epipremnum Emplissimum. This is actually from our reverted Orium Emplissimum. This is a type of pothos that produces some beautiful elongated foliage. These leaves can get quite long as the plant matures. And then one of my favorite things about growing these guys out is that they produce insane roots as well. All of these 2.5-inch pods that we've got going right now are absolutely exploding out of the bottom with new roots. One that we all know and love, the Epipremnum Pothos albo. We've got lots of these guys in stock all the time. These guys grow so easily, and the back is also like overfilled with them right now. I'll show you guys a beautifully fenestrated Pothos here shortly, but when they are juvenile, as the name suggests, they put out these beautiful pinnate leaves. And then of course this albo variety produces that gorgeous bright white variegation. That variegation can be either sectoral, like you see on this guy here. That's when there's those big chunks of variegation, or it can be a little bit more marbly, like you see on these guys here. So you want to give these guys lots and lots of bright light. And then of course, if you want to see those leaves fenestrate, you definitely want to stick them on something vertical to climb up. We've got one here going on a wood plank, but they also love a moss pole. Moving on, we also have the Epipenum Shangri-La Ooh La La. Now, these guys are a really fun one to grow, and they are super eye-catching. You can see they produce that beautiful wrinkly foliage, and a lot of times when people come into our store and they're shopping for one of these guys, they'll often ask if there's something wrong with them because they're not used to seeing that wrinkled foliage. But that is just how they grow. And then in brighter light, like you can see on these leaves here, the leaves become much more wrinkled, which is definitely the look that you're going for. So this is another one that you want to provide lots of extra bright light to. I showed you guys the Epipremnum Pothos albo. Of course, we also have the green form in as well, if you like something a little bit more simple. These guys don't require quite as much bright light as the albo variegated Pothos does, but giving them a little bit of extra bright light will definitely help increase the rate at which they are growing. This one is easy to forget because it's on the top shelf, but this is probably by far my favorite pothos, and that is the Epipremnum giganteum. You can see it gets its name from those absolutely gigantic leaves that it produces. Now we've got just 5 very well rooted cuttings here in the store right now. These guys are all thankfully pushing out new growth. They're off of a beautiful mother plant that we had in the back of the store that unfortunately broke when we were doing all of our grow room renovations. Guilty as charged, that was my fault. But look at the beautiful result of my mistake. I mean, could be worse. This one is kind of a new one for us, one that we've been cultivating this year. That is the Variegated Neon Pothos. Check that guy out. Okay, on camera it looks a lot more yellow, but I promise in real life they are a beautiful neon green. The Neon Pothos is one that's pretty readily available. You can find it in just about any plant store or any big box store. but finding a variegated one like this is definitely a little bit more uncommon. We've been able to grow out a beautiful mother plant that produces some pretty stable variegation, but once again, on these variegated neon pothos, that variegation is very light dependent. So giving these guys lots of bright light is definitely a good idea. We sell them here in little 2.5-inch pots. These guys all have around 2 to 3 leaves, and once again are super easy to grow and propagate. Next door to those variegated neons is the Epipremnum Emplissimum Silver Streak. So I showed you guys that green form, but this Silver Streak variety, like the name suggests, has beautiful streaky silver in those leaves. It's not as pronounced as the silver variegation on a lot of other plants, but I think it is so delicate and so perfect. Kind of reminds me of like a little bird feather. Okay, this plant, probably like 2 years ago, was #1 on my wish list, but I could not find it anywhere, and when I did find it, it was like never at a price point that I felt I could justify for a pothos. The Epipenum Global Green. Now, what's really funny is when I was trying really hard to find one of these guys, all that I was finding that was like pretty easy to get your hands on was the Epipenum Green Emerald, which has a similar look to the Global Green, but the variegation is a little bit more subtle. Green Emerald was super easy to find. Global Green was really hard to find, and now the tables have turned, I would say. These guys are priced at just $8, so it's really the perfect sort of beginner's collector pothos. We can't talk about pothos without talking about the basics, like this green pothos that we've got here. You can find them at the grocery store, big box store, just about any plant store. And I would say they are one of the perfect plants for people that are sort of just getting into the hobby of houseplants. So one that kind of looks like your standard golden pothos that you can find just about anywhere, but sports some higher variegation, is the Epipremnum Orium Glitter Goddess. I think this is one of the first times that we've had these guys available here in our store, but you can see we've got some beautiful 4-inch pots in right now, and the variegation on them is absolutely insane. I mean, that leaf is beautifully marbled. It's almost entirely yellow or golden. So we have the Epipremnum Panatum Marble. So rather than that silvery blue that you see on the Epipremnum Panatum Cebu Blue, on these guys you get gorgeous splashy white variegation, similar to your standard like Marble Queen pothos. Another Epipremnum Panatum is the Epipremnum Panatum Aurea. Oh no, oh wait, this isn't Epipremnum Panatum Aurea. This is actually a white sport golden pothos, or the pothos scrambled eggs. So it's kind of like a combination of golden pothos and then the marble queen. It's a genetic mutation of the golden. You get beautiful yellow golden variegation as well as white variegation on these guys. We just so happened to find a single strand in a tray of like 4-inch golden pothos that we brought into the store. So we snipped it out, and we've been propagating and trying to grow out some more stable variegated white sport goldens. I mentioned the Epipremnum Emplissimum Aurea, so I'll show you guys our mother plant here. It is absolutely beautiful. You can see those elongated leaves with that gorgeous sectoral variegation to them, like the joys of growing pothos. They are all grown into each other, but you can see this beautiful variegated neon pothos mother plant. Wait, I have one more. Okay, I have one more. We have so many pothos here. I could probably do like a full 24-hour pothos live stream. Epipremnum Panatum Mint. So similar to the Albo, but instead of the variegation hardening off to that white color, it stays a little bit mintier and light green. This is another one that we're sort of starting to just be able to grow on a larger scale. I hope you guys learned something new, found a new pothos to add to your wish list. We've always got tons of really exciting varieties here at Peace, Love, and Happiness Club. So come check them out here in store at our collector plant location or on our website. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, you guys.